All right, it looks like we're all queued up. So I am going to go ahead and run this video, and we'll be on to Warrior's Path momentarily.
Oh.
With more coastline than any country in the world, the nooks and crannies of the shores of northern Canada set the stage for a showdown between opposing fleets. Amidst the barren rocks and snow-capped peaks, only one team will remain unvanquished. This is Warrior's Path. Warrior's Path is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the extreme left, B is in the center, and C is on the far right. To the west, Cap A has enough nearby island cover that it generally attracts at least one radar cruiser from each team. There is island cover within the cap that gives destroyers the options of entering and hunkering down to contest it, but it's exceptionally risky. Capture Area B is a difficult and challenging place to be in the early going of a game. Between radar and enemy aircraft, destroyers within the cap will be easily spotted. Though they have cover in the form of the tall island in the center of the cap, they risk being pinned down there if the opposing team is determined to find a way to wipe them out. Off to the east, the sea cap offers solid cover for friendly cruisers along the northwestern and southwestern edges, but precious little inside the cap itself. The long, narrow channel to the east that connects C and B is a frequent place to see pushes occur in the mid to late game, depending on the board position of each team. Warrior's Path has a long and storied history within the tournament, having produced many close and competitive games. It begs the question, what memorable plays and matches will result this time around? 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Warrior's Path. All right, welcome to Warrior's Path here in King of the Sea 9.
Just wanted to share how funny it was. I hit the horn key and then blew up immediately.
All right, here we go. All right, so Naumachia coming to the dance with a very, very Russian-heavy team. Double Kremlin, triple Moskva, Henri, Stalingrad, Daring, and Harugamo.
Wow. Okay. Well, Russia's strong.
Very, very strong. Lots of stellinium.
On Team MEG, we've got Republic, Kremlin, Des Moines, Worcester, Yoshino, Stalingrad, Smolensk, Goering, and a return of the Yu Yang.
What is... Now, I can only assume, Zath, that people are taking Radar Yang. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Like, you wouldn't take that ship with smoke, would you? Like, wouldn't a Gearing do that better?
Gearing with Legendary Module would be fine. Shimakaze, personally, I'd rather have a Shimakaze than a Yu Yang.
To be brutally honest, yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen as much Shimakaze, right? Like, the reason everybody doesn't take Shimakaze, unless you're 07, in this tournament is typically, oh, goodness gracious, an early radar, early Gearing into the bottom end of B, very aggressive already. Stalingrad radar at the top end of B has him lit for the team. The Naumachia guys well over here headed to A, able to get shots on him. Yep, Kremlin shots coming in on him now.
Yeah, a little bit of a delayed reaction there by Shi, and he's gonna take some big hits. Yeah,
massive hits, losing half his health right away.
Yep. I mean, it's fine to YOLO into the cap like that, but you have to be ready for that radar.
Yeah.
And you have to be looking on that mini map, and as soon as the ship lights up, guess what? They shot you.
Yeah, absolutely. Naumachia going for a 5-3-1 split, leaving the Stalin camped at the top end of B. Double Moskva, Henri, Daring, and Kremlin going to A as the Daring now works the top end of that cap. Moskva, Harugamo, and Kremlin headed to C.
Yeah, whereas MEG is doing something kind of similar. They're sending 4 ships out to A. Obviously, you know, there's a force at B cap. And then over at C, there's just a couple of ships. I think that's kind of the flank side. At least that's their plan.
We'll have to see how close are they to getting to someone into the A cap, Zath. Anyone close?
No, just the Kremlin.
Okay, so Karl Gremov Donitz here. We'll bag the A cap. That means both teams on a cap here with 3 minutes gone. Small lead working there for MEG, but it's very small, a dozen points or so. That Gearing taking so much damage early is bound to come back to bite them in the end somehow, sooner or later. I can't imagine that they won't pay for that at some point.
Yep. Meanwhile, Daring Torps just fizzle right in front of the Kremlin there. Or Vika.
Yeah, I'm wondering which... okay. running simultaneous radar here. Stalingrad popped his radar north of B, as Moskva radar at A also going up, not finding anything. Except that they do find the gearing and the Des Moines at the bottom end of B. They know now the gearing is no longer in the cap. They are taking shots at him. Those are Kremlin shots coming in from astern of Shiofuki's gearing. He does take a little overpen.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Yu Yang is also now detected on the Moskva radar. And also worth noting is Dragon Ice 8 and the Worcester counter-radared and saw nothing new. Oh, there's the Haru now.
Yep. The Haru now working into the extreme edge of the sea cap, trying to reverse in, but I'm sure... Yep. Worcester's got him now, so he's going to try and move up out of that radar range. Looks like the radar must have expired because Shizuko is stopping and going to reverse back into the cap again.
Grandpa hates you. Nice name.
Very little that I think that MEG can do about this Harugumo in C. The Yang certainly can't challenge him. It was really interesting to see the way that they coordinated those Moskva radars on each side of the map. I really liked that from Nomakia. That looked really good. Nice coordination there.
Look at Kremlin over here at A side.
Ooh, Mikey's Moskva just got hammered. Mikey's Moskva getting hammered by Rebecca's Kremlin there, as Rebecca trying to pull back from the A-cap, taking a tremendous amount of fire in return. Trying to figure out where Hush Pup's guns are pointed. Yeah, he's looking at Rebecca, but isn't Rebecca, however you say it, doesn't really have a good angle, though. Looking only at the stern now.
Yeah, he got out of that really easily. I was expecting Hush Pup to just whack him.
Yeah. They're calling for fire on Shizuko's Harugumo now. He was spotted briefly by the Yang. The Yang getting into cover behind the island at sea. Will probably try to push up and cap if he can. Grandpa Hates You's Moskva's just taking pot shots in that direction, but they were blind shots and doesn't look like he hit anything.
No, and he's about to eat a face full of torps if he sits there.
Well, they haven't been spotted yet. Let's see. He's continuing to reverse. Some Republic shells bouncing off the deck. Still don't see any torpedoes coming in. Oh, there they are now. There they are now. He's going to be able to take one on the bow and dodge the other one with a little rudder shift. So he's cleared just the one on the bow. The Harugumo spotted again, taking fire. A lot of interesting action at sea. Both teams trading health. Say what?
Over at A2, you're daring him off. Just got detected, but interestingly enough, the Osho was ignoring him.
Yeah, you're...
Get that yeah.
Man, you're roboting really bad all of a sudden. Yeah, our voice connection's just gone to hell. What is this?
I know.
What is this, kids? Yeah, Donuts over here on A took a little bit of a thump. As they've got the Yang spotted again now. Punishing him. He's down about half. They're continuing to pull back Grandpa Hates You's Moskva as Batship Crazy's is Kremlin now moving up. As somebody's into the cap. Oh, it's the Yang. The Yang is sitting right on the edge of the cap. Well, they've lost sight of him now. They have no eyes.
He can't sit there. He's just going to get blind fired.
They're going to continue fishing for him, I think, yes. Batship Crazy's has Republic shells coming in at a decent angle. No, those went to the Moskva. I'm actually really surprised to see that. 7.5 minutes gone here on Warrior's Path. Game is a bit of a stalemate. Both teams trading HP for board position. Neither team has a great board position, really. A lot of fighting over C. Nobody owns it. Yang back in there now as it starts to tick up.
Yep. Wallace just took a big hit from Hush Pup's Kremlin.
Ooh, I see that.
As you can see, the gearing is now trying to smoke all of them up so they can be safe.
Zath, there's a Yoshino on the board. I didn't catch this.
Yep.
We haven't seen a Yoshino until today, until now. Brand new ship along with Smolensk available for the tournament. Wallace is spotted. I'm not sure how. Maybe radar. But I don't think anybody really has shots on him.
I think it's the Daring. The Daring's probably keeping an eye on him from the side.
Oh, that's a possible. The Daring has pushed quite far south. That is a possibility. You may be right.
Yeah, now Yoshino's got 20-kilometer torps, but unfortunately, he's been spamming them. They haven't been hitting anything because he's shooting at the destroyer. Here come
Well,
Daring Torps.
I was going to say, the Daring Torps are coming for him now. I don't think he's going to be able to dodge them all. I don't think he's going to be able to dodge any of them. He's going to take at least, what, 2 or 3 maybe?
He's looking at 2
2.
or 3.
I think you're looking
probably
at
2 now.
I think you're looking at
he's backing
2.
up.
Well, yeah, he's going to take 2 for sure.
Oh, could have slowed down and didn't. And
Down to
that hurts.
3K, and the Henri salvo ends him. Great coordinated teamwork play there by Naomakia as they go up 1 ship here as we approach the halfway mark of the match. Ooh, the Yu Yang is caught out against the Harugumo Zath over on the 10 line, and there he goes. A 2-ship advantage now as Shizuko's Harugumo assassinates Denbuds' Yu Yang. That's going to free them up to possibly cap C. The Wooster's trying to cap C now? Ooh,
well,
that feels bad.
I think he's trying to support against the Harugumo as the Gearing is taking some sustained fire too. He's down to 2,500 damage.
Ooh, yes, he's way over on the edge of the map. Not in a position to impact either cap circle. I'm not gonna lie, Zath, like, the more I look at MEG's board position, the more I kind of don't like where they've put their battleships. They're playing their battleships like they're cruisers.
And funny you mentioned that because I just zoomed in on the Republic and I was going to comment on the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Rabika's
if he wants
Kremlin.
to play over here,
Yeah.
he should be in a Burgon.
Yes, like Rabika's Kremlin is snuggled up to this island, and I'm just kind of like, I think you're too close to the cap. You need to be farther. You need to be wider somewhere, right?
Well, I can understand at least the Kremlin's positioning because he was trying to be aggressive and try to win the A cap. Unfortunately, you got a situation where I think they had a ship advantage on Meg's side, but they weren't able to capitalize off of that.
Mikey's Moskva he's under a tremendous amount of focus fire. He's got Des Moines, Stalingrad, and Kremlin all with good shots at him, down to 4K now as he tries to salvage his ship and get out of a weird position. It looks like he might manage it. He's on 6K and healing. Is he on fire? He's on fire on 1,000 HP. More shells coming in. Doesn't manage it.
There it is.
MEG picks up their first kill of the game as they narrow the ship gap to only a 1-ship lead for Naomakia. Less than 100 points separate these two teams, 8.5 minutes to play. Now, they tried to push Batship Crazy's Kremlin into C to cap the point, but the Wooster drove him off.
Yeah. How funny is that?
I like what... Ooh, that's huge. That is a huge torpedo salvo from the Daring. Goodness gracious, that really changes the board complexion over here at A. That really frees Naomakia up to push if they want to. That also leaves Hush Pup's Kremlin in the middle of the board, almost free to do whatever he wants.
This might hurt the Wooster. No, not too bad. Wooster radared, so Harugumo Shizuko is detected at C cap.
He's got great cover, though. They'll never get shells on him at that angle. All he has to do is sit there and wait it out.
Yeah, that radar was also a little bit early, just like the last game. Got to wait for that cap to start flipping before you start radaring.
Yep. No reason for Shizuko to go out there right now. Just wait the radar out and then duck in. You'll know you have a window to cap. Almost a 200-point lead here for Naomakia. C-cap been a stalemate all game, each team ticking up a cap, but Naomakia has bagged 3 kills to Megalodon's 1. Hush Pup's Kremlin now in a gunfight with the Des Moines? I don't know. If I'm the Des Moines, I don't know that I would court that battle.
Well, I kind of feel like Joe here, he wanted to support B, they got B, and then now what?
Well, the other thing is,
he just kind of wasn't sure.
Batship Crazy's Kremlin way over on the 10 line just had a shot at that Des Moines. I don't know if Des Moines took any damage, but he had a shot down that channel between B and C, right into the broadside of that Des Moines.
Huh.
Freelancer Smolensk is trying to cap A? Goodness. Driving into Gearing Torps now. I assume he's got the Hydro running. Manages to dodge them.
Yeah, they're fine.
Smoked and capping A now. No radar available. The Moskva on that side of the board was their first casualty, so they're not able to do anything about it. That's a bit of a change of fortune for these guys, because now he's going to start farming Hush Pups Kremlin.
Yeah, but 68,000 HP to go through. It's
Oof.
gonna take a while.
Shizuko just took a decent-sized hit from the Republic. I don't feel like Tango's 30... Like, look where that Republic is, Zath. I don't feel like he's had much of an impact on this game at all in that ship.
No. He'd be better in a Yamato if he's gonna sit there.
Yeah, if he's gonna sit back there, the Yamato would serve him better, or even a Kremlin. 5 minutes to play. Namakya working on a lead. Megalodon trying to narrow the gap. Down 2 ships, but up a cap here on Warrior's Path.
So an interesting question came up on my channel. Why is Yoshino not a good pick for competitive? Do you have any thoughts on that, Rep?
I don't think it's that it's not a good pick. I think it's that it's a risky pick. Yoshino's is covered in like 27 or 25 millimeters of armor, so literally almost every little scrap of HE you can think of will full pen the ship. So she's going to eat damage from almost everyone.
Yep.
Ooh, Hush Pup's got his broadside to a Stalingrad. That's going to hurt. He needs to correct this problem, or he's going to take a lot of nasty full pens. Oh, and there's the gearing is right south of him too. Oh man, a lot of drama in this interaction between B and A here. Stalingrad down under 4K. Kremlin coming under fire now. He's under 15K and falling.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, Stalingrad knocks him out. Each team down a battleship here. Arvin Stalingrad has captured B as the gap has narrowed to only about 40 points here under 5 minutes to play. We're going to come back to that question in between games, Zath. We'll have plenty of time to talk about Yoshino then.
Sounds great.
The Des Moines is charging into the B cap, trying to hold those points back. Both teams now only ticking up 1 cap. He's in a duel with a Moskva. Kremlin shells coming in. Not getting the big hit they needed.
Hit the brakes, went right by.
Indeed. Oh, and the Daring with another huge torpedo salvo. Oh, that is a big kill for Namakya. They needed those points, and they needed that Smolensk gone.
Biddle might go down, though.
It's looking rough. He's trying to salvage his ship. Those are points that Namakya cannot afford to give up right now. He's burning as he runs north. Oh, he just put it out. Ooh.
Yeah, but then he just shot.
What is the Stalingrad doing? No, why is this Des Moines charging? I mean, you can't win this. I mean, that's a horrible trade because you don't control the cap. Well, free to tick that cap up now is Namakya. That'll start to widen their lead out 90 seconds, and they will have the game unless something changes. Ah!
You were saying?
There's the gearing close aboard, so that's why they made that trade. The Des Moines trading for the Stalingrad, opening up the cap so the gearing can start to bag it. Stalingrad still on only 4K here as Henri shells start coming in. I cannot imagine Gamer Kemp is going to live very long.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Republic secondaries are now going off on the Kremlin, which means he's a secondary build Republic. So why take a secondary build Republic
and sit on the
range
H line? Well, but sit on the H line all game. And there goes Kemp.
Yeah.
Only 50 points separating Namakya from a victory here on Warrior's Path. 2 minutes to play. We know the gearing is in A. We know there are no longer any Megalodon ships anywhere close to the A cap. I cannot see how Megalodon wins this game, Zath. I just don't see it.
Nope. But they're not out of the tournament yet, correct?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Everyone who loses still continues on. Every turn, every game, everybody who shows up will play every round today. We're playing 7 rounds of Swiss here. We're taking the top 24 teams on into Day 2, which will be this coming Saturday. With that cap, the timer shortens down to under 20 seconds for Megalodon to bag a cap, make a play, get a kill, something. And I just don't see it happening.
Nope. And here comes Harguma with 32mm pen, just saying, I'm gonna hold down
That's
left
right.
mouse button.
I'm just going to LMB you to death, Republique, as time ticks away, and Nomakio wins the game.
I never really felt like Meg had a chance here. Like, I mean, it was a back and forth battle, sure, but I don't know. What did you think?
I mean, when the match started, of course they had a chance, right? Like, you're never out of it until you start to see how the match develops. But I really, like, to me, what sunk Megalodon in this match is their battleship positioning, their battleship position. I won't speak to their shots. I wasn't watching every shots. But one of the key things you see as you watch this tournament is battleship position is critical. You have to be able to put your battleships in a position where they can be useful and they can push enemy cruisers away and all the rest of this stuff. And I didn't get that from these guys, right? The